Foods that should not be left overnight should be eaten carefully to avoid cancer. Because of uncontrolled cooking habits, some people save money by leaving cooked food overnight. However, this habit can cause you to get extremely dangerous cancer. Doctors and nutritionists say that the longer processed food is left out, the higher the risk of spoilage and the more bacteria multiply. Once you eat these bacteria, you are susceptible to diseases such as acute gastritis, acute enteritis, or even dangerous diseases. Therefore, you should not eat the following overnight foods. Egg. According to warnings from nutrition experts, boiled eggs or fried eggs both have a short shelf life. When you have finished cooking, you should eat it all. If you have leftover eggs, don't regret it and keep them, because if you leave them overnight, they can easily become infected with bacteria that can harm your digestive tract. Chicken. The protein composition of chicken will change if it is cooled and reheated a second time. This can cause the eater to experience some digestive problems. Therefore, you should not leave cooked chicken overnight. Salad. Most dishes like salad dressing do not require heat to cook, so they will contain higher levels of bacteria than normal. If you don't eat it all, throw it away. Don't just put it in the refrigerator and use it again the next day. Leaving these foods overnight creates conditions for bacteria to enter the food. If you use it, you will easily get poisoning, stomachache, diarrhea, which is not good for your health. Foods rich in fat. Although this is a food that many people have a habit of keeping overnight for the next meal, in reality, this is the food you should not keep. Foods rich in fat, bacon, smoked meat, stir-fry, are an example. Left overnight will lead to increased levels of carcinogens such as BAP, benzopyrene. Fish and seafood. Fried fish and other processed seafood, if left overnight, will cause the protein in these foods to change, forming toxins that are harmful to liver and kidney function. Mushrooms, wood ear mushrooms. Many dishes are very nutritious but become poison if you eat them after leaving them overnight, and mushrooms and wood ear mushrooms are one of those dishes. Normally, mushrooms and wood ear mushrooms are cultured in a humid environment. After harvesting and processing, you need to be very careful. When you process them into food, if there are leftovers, you should not leave them overnight, because doing so will cause the nutrients to be lost. Bacteria will have a chance to multiply, and when eaten, it often causes an uncomfortable feeling in the stomach. Cooked mushrooms contain nitrates which are good for red blood cells, but overnight the nitrates change into nitrites which are not good for your body. If processed mushrooms are left for too long, it can lead to nutrient loss, and nitrates produce toxins, causing discomfort to the stomach and body. The best way is to say no to dishes that use these two ingredients after leaving them overnight. Dishes made from green leafy vegetables. Do you have a habit of preparing a lot of green leafy vegetables and eating them as one? When you have leftovers, you use them the next morning. This habit is extremely harmful and has a significant impact on your health. According to nutrition experts, the amount of nitrogen in processed green leafy vegetables when left overnight can be converted into nitrite, an extremely dangerous cancer-causing agent. So this is exactly a food that should not be left out overnight. If vegetables are bought in large quantities at once, it is recommended to eat them as soon as possible, for example cabbage, spinach. If you want to cook more and eat the next day, you should choose tubers, to avoid producing too much nitrite. Normally, a nitrite amount of 0.2 to 0.5 grams can cause poisoning. The incubation period is 1 to 2 days and the short duration is 10 minutes. The nitrite content in vegetables is usually 1 milligram per kilogram, but it is higher after being left overnight. The nitrite content of pickles and marinated meat in all ingredients is relatively high. Foods made from soybeans. Tofu, soy milk, sprouts, cakes. Foods made from soybeans are also on the list you need to keep in mind when preserving and using them overnight. Because the shelf life of soybeans is quite short, if it is not used up quickly, the amount of bacteria will increase extremely quickly within a few hours. Therefore, in the summer, if you use dishes made from soy ingredients, you need to use them immediately after 2 hours of cooking to ensure the health of yourself and your family members. Therefore, when you make dishes made from soybeans, You need to remember not to leave them overnight and absolutely not to reheat them again and again to avoid substances harmful to the human body. Dishes containing potatoes. Potatoes are rich in protein and fiber which are very good for the body. In the daily meals of Vietnamese people, potatoes are a frequently prepared ingredient. Potatoes help supplement vitamins and fiber. However, when reheated, this food often has a bad smell and loses nutrition. Potato dishes such as French fries or potato soup should be finished when you finish preparing them. In case you don't eat it all, don't regret it and keep it until the next day. Because this action makes potatoes susceptible to bacteria that can transform the nutrients in potatoes into toxins that cause poisoning, bloating, and indigestion for you.